welcome to another episode of the Feisty Furry Females. Today we're gonna venture into something very, you can say creepy, you can say exciting, like intriguing. It can be anything and everything. Altars. And for you who don't know what it is, well, we will dive into it more in this episode. But before we do that, let me introduce the rest of the hostess. At the end here we have,
Melon.
right next to me is,
Mina.
and the other side,
June.
and I am as
And as
always
always.
Tookie. Yes. That's my
Yes.
line.
I
Don't say
know.
that.
I find it funny. I'm stealing it.
I'm gonna have my patent on that. If you say it, I can sue you.
With what money? I'm a broke bitch. You say she too.
Take-
That's how I walk.
I take your cat.
I think you can have him. He keeps fucking calling me the little bastard.
As you probably can see, we don't have Luna with us today. Unfortunately, with controllers, her stick drift is through the roof, and as you probably saw last episode, she is not. She can't
Able to sit still.
and it doesn't matter how she tries. It's just not possible. So unfortunately, she was not able to make it today. But you have to settle with us. That's the deal. So,
Like I said, I'm a broke bitch. I
altars.
can't afford new controllers.
Altars. It used to be called, what was it? Multiple
personality?
personality disorders.
Yeah.
Multiple personality disorders. But was later changed to what?
Well, it's more like those different things. For as far as I know, those MPD, those SP, and then those DID.
Okay, instead of just saying the
Multiple
letters,
personality
can-
disorder, split personality, and then dissociative identity disorder.
wouldn't split personality disorder be categorized as schizophrenia? Just asking, so I don't step on the wrong notes.
I mean, not to my knowledge.
Okay, it's just that in some ways, schizophrenia. I am my saliva is all over the place. Schizophrenia
Quit
and
drooling over
split
Ion.
personality disorder is kind of categorized at the same thing. But sometimes people do get medicated for it, and one or the other personality steps through, and the other one is docile. But today we're going to talk about people who have multiple personalities, aka alters. And it could be good, it could be bad, it could also be hilarious. And who better to actually take us through that whole scenario than actually our own Mina? And Mina, can you explain why you know more about this than us?
Because I technically have it. There are
And
multiple
how
people
many?
talking in my head.
Yeah.
At the moment, I have 6 of them. Technically 7, but we don't talk about the 7th.
And they have names, all of them. Well,
Yes, there's 2.
maybe not the last.
Yeah, 2 of them are boys, and 3 of them are girls, and then the other one just doesn't really give a shit.
We all know
There's
people like that.
Dimitri, Victoria, Sabrina, Nyx, Damien, and Peach.
Yeah, and Peach we renamed her as Peaches.
Yeah, Peaches.
Peaches. That's a long
Peaches.
story. We're not gonna venture into that. But we will see. Actually, one of her personalities actually asked if he is gonna be part of the show today, and I said yes. Near the end, we could actually see if he's interesting or interested. That's what I was trying to say. In appearing. You already
Yeah,
asked
and popping
beforehand,
out.
so there's a big chance for that. Also, I could see Victoria dropping in. It could be possible. But I know that you can say you have different personalities, and some people might like compare them to feelings, emotions. Like when you're angry, you have one personality. When you're sad, you have a different one. Does that also count for
Yes.
you, or are there more random?
Technically, no, because with me, most of mine come from trauma in my childhood, which if you've seen certain videos on our channel, you'll know about.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, she has explained some of
And
them, how they appeared, and
yes,
that's
in
personal
most
information.
cases with multiple personality DID, it's usually caused by childhood trauma.
Mm. Yeah, for most part, or just any kind of trauma, we have the tendency to like you can kind of call it spaced out, and somebody else takes over because you can't handle it, but this other person is trying to protect you. It's kind of like having your gang with you, and they're ready to fight for you. Unfortunately,
Yes.
just one at a time. So, but
Well, sometimes
do
we
you
co-fund.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because you can
Yes, Jade.
fuse together. Yes.
Oh, because you were talking about like the being able to handle the thing. They if you guys have ever seen the show Moon Knight, that is also dealing with split personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Very good show. Very
There's
good comic.
literally movie. There's
Underrated
literally even a
superhero.
movie about it called Split.
Yeah. But
Although
I've
that shows the
seen
darker side of it.
in rare cases, you actually almost like the voice changes. Yours not so much, but you can definitely tell the difference on who's out. But that's more personality wise. Oh, of course, there are some with a voice. But there
Yes.
are people out there that I know that even the physical appearance almost changes when a different personality surfaces. Which for me is kind of scary because, like, you never know what kind of personalities is hiding in there. I'm not saying it's bad because I never experienced anything bad with yours, or in this case, you also, like, fused with one. I know Mavi, our daughter Luna, also have a couple, or is it 3? 3 or 4?
She has 4.
Okay. Yeah, I just have moods, okay? That's all I have. I have moods.
And like
But
with the voice
I can
thing that
relate.
you said, like in our case, it's like we choose to use for the vocal cords, so the voice ranges can only differ so much.
mm, yeah, that's true.
So
And
we kind of
also with
just
yours,
we kind of just sorry,
sorry,
we kind of just
continue.
grew to taking on different accents and just practicing them so they can feel more comfortable within the body.
Mm. Also, for those who notice, yes, Mina has a speech deficiency, but let's just make her more even cuter and special. That also can have an impact on her alters. Like she says, they share the same vocal cord. So that cannot be changed. I will say Victoria is kind of it do changes a little bit when she's out.
Victoria tries to speak more clearly.
Yeah,
Cause she's
she does.
what's the right word? She's
Proper.
pussy.
Yeah. Did you just say pussy?
Prissy.
Okay, I need my ears cleaned.
Jeez.
I do apologize. But it was funnier that I did that.
Tucky, do you have cotton in your ears?
No, I have earwax. Just a lie.
Ow, ow, ow! That's my wrist. Ow,
Damn.
ow.
Okay, so depending on what kind of personalities you have, I know that some people have personalities that either want to hurt others or want to hurt the host itself. I have been dealing with two of those from two different people. And let's just say they'll kind of others definitely don't like me. One was actually trying to hurt the host itself and saying a lot of bad stuff, and I just acted to not even care, even though I was scared. But the more I reacted scared, the more the alter wanted to hurt the person, the host. And he was also mean to other people around him. That ended very quickly because he knows he couldn't wild me up. He couldn't make that happen. And there were a different one also that he actually blocked me on VR until the host came back and realized it and like, did I block you? I said, yeah. I'm really sorry, it wasn't me. I said, sweetheart, I know. As long as you noticed and you unblocked me again, that's fine. But I can't imagine when your alters have a million opinions at once, it could get pretty noisy in your head.
Mm-hmm.
How do you keep them contained, or is it that even possible?
We try to do it as like a diplomatic system.
Hey, Victoria.
We take a vote. Hello. We usually try and take a vote.
Everybody, this is Victoria. You take a vote on who is actually allowed out, and I guess this time you won the vote.
Well, as the other one said, we're kind of co-fronting. It feels very, very weird when you all co-front at the same time because we're all trying to listen in.
That's true.
Sometimes they just fight each other and push each other.
Yeah.
And then you have the one that is like, ooh, games, let's flip out right now. And you know exactly which one that is.
Are you different in age? Because I know Peach is more
I'm.
childlike.
That's basically from ranked of oldest to youngest. It's me, Dimitri, Sabrina, Nyx, Damien, and then Peach.
Okay.
I was one of the first ones to split off.
So you can basically say you were the first one who appeared from a trauma
Yes.
to kind of protect Mina.
Yes, I appeared when she was around 10, when she first started getting used to her ADHD medication and started realizing the abuse that was going on.
Okay. Yeah.
Although at the
So-
time she was scared of me because she thought I was a imaginary friend gone wrong, if you could say. So she kind of
yeah.
suppressed me for a few years.
I mean, I can imagine that. Like, you wake up one day and all of a sudden you hear a different voice, but you don't see the person.
Well, technically it was more like I went along with it and pretended to be an imaginary friend while I was trying to protect her, and it was like... Basically, at the time, I didn't know what I was doing. All I knew was protect, and I think I kind of scared the crap out of her.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I can imagine that. It's a big mouthful to wake up one day and you have to get used to your imaginary friend being around 24/7 mostly.
Yes.
But this also tells a lot about Mina's life. The things she has gone through. Again, it's personal information. But as you can probably already figure out, her alters came, as she said, through trauma to protect her. And I will say they do a good job.
For example, Dimitri split off for the fact that she needed a male figure in her life who could protect her because her own brother at the time wasn't. So, in a way, me and Dimitri are like her older siblings that she kind of needed.
you kind of rose to the job and took care of her because her own siblings were nowhere to be found, if you could say like
Physically
that.
and
They
mentally
definitely
abusive.
weren't. Yeah. What kind of makes sense that she would like make you branch off like that, like seeing you as a older siblings. Is that what you became, if you could say, a substitute for that
Mm.
kind of?
And well, technically at first we didn't know what we were supposed to do. It's more like we kind of figured it out because we could see it happening right
Okay.
in front of us.
Well, I can say I'm thankful for both of you. Really am. You stepped up when other people stepped out.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that. To turn around and ask Jade, because you also figured out that you possibly had an alter too. Well, you realized it, kinda. You wanna explain?
Um. Well, it's more of a recent discovery, but from what he's described to me from the times that we have talked, is basically he's always been around. But because I have a lot of suppressed memories, so I thought I was suppressed, whatever. It wasn't more clear until more recent times that he's actually been around. So that was very freaky to find out.
Yeah, because I know you had a conversation with, was it your parents, asking about him, and they actually had some memories of, what was it?
Mm-mm.
No?
No, because I was talking to him about basically a time where I can distinctly remember blacking out, but I don't remember anything that happened after that. But they remember me like going on as if everything was normal. And the only thing I can think of is he took over, and that memory for me is just completely gone. And even for him, he doesn't really quite remember. He just remembers taking over and functioning for me where I couldn't.
So whenever he shows up, well, in the past at least, you are not present. Like he takes over your entire body. You can say that
From
sometimes.
what?
Well, in the past.
Kind of. Yeah, in the past, like, I think so. Because as I've gotten older and realized a lot of stuff, I realized, like, I have a lot of missing memories that I don't know where they went. And the only thing I can think of is he took over for what I would assume became over stressful for me, which led to my, like, not knowing what the fuck happened.
Yeah. Have your parents ever noticed, like, you were there but not really present?
Mm-mm.
He was that good, actually.
Not that I know of.
He kind of mimicked you. Yeah.
Yeah. The only way I can think of it is, like, because with him, we're more, I guess you could say, like, twins in a way. He's just the male version.
He kind of stabilizes you when you are going to shut down because of stressful situations and stuff like that. So
pretty much.
You explained a lot, like at your workplace, when you become so stressed out, he literally takes over your job and do a good job. He does a good job.
Pretty
But
much.
can you see what he's doing? Like, are you present still in there?
Depending on like how stressed I am, sometimes like I can hear what's happening like now. Like I can hear it, but there's times where I don't really see what's going on, but I can hear what's happening. Until like he kind of like either forces me out or after I'm done resting, I can come back and I'm just kind of like, eh?
Yeah.
Like I know what was happening, but I just don't know what was happening. Like if that makes sense.
And to all potato chips out there, do you have an alter? Or do you know somebody who has one? Do you have any questions about alters to our hosts? Please just leave a comment down below. We read all our comments and we really also, I promise you, write back. So please just ship that comment and we will read it and answer your questions if possible.
Ye-
Please do that. Please. Melanie, you're kind of quiet over there, but it's probably because I talk a lot. Do you have any questions for the girls about this thing?
Have either of you been scared by what an alter has, how they reacted to something?
Well, I mean, as I said, I scared the crap out of Mina when she was a kid, so.
Okay, but now though.
I don't think I've ever really been scared of him. I think I was more scared when I kind of like realized it because I was like what the fuck happened? It's like I was quote unquote normal, and now all of a sudden I have this person talking in my head, and it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, you're never alone then. Always has somebody to talk to.
Yeah, unfortunately. Thankfully, he's asleep right now.
But
Well, that explains why I always talked to myself when I was little. Just never realized it.
I mean, there was that one time that Dimitri growled very, very angrily, and it scared not only Mina, but that one.
I vaguely remember this. It's been a
Because the
while.
funny thing is, Mina can't growl, yet somehow Dimitri forced a growl out of the vocal cords.
that's the thing. Like, different personality, different traits. Some develop later, I guess, than others. Which, for me, is very interesting. And mostly all in this family has... Not all. I am overreacting. But, for the most part, people have an alter. I know at least 5 within our VR family that has alters, one or more. So, to begin with, for me with Mina, now Victoria, it was normal. For me, it was not, I didn't question it at all. But then all of a sudden, another family member had alters, and another one had alters, and another one, and I was sitting there like, are you just making this up? Or are you actually having alters?
And that's another thing that makes it hard to talk about it when you do have it. Because people be like, oh, your voice, it just sounds like you're putting on a fake voice. Well, it's not like everyone can voice act and have a voice that they want. What they want is different. But when someone has the idea of multiple personality disorder, if you start seeing all your friends say like, oh, I have that too, oh, I have that too, it makes you feel like other people think that you're lying. Especially on a platform like this.
Yeah. And to describe it in a different way, in here you can be anything you want. So basically you can make anything up you want. I don't believe that's the case with our family members. Definitely not Mina, nor Luna and Jade, or the other people in our family. Because I've witnessed how they progressed, and they actually came from traumas too. Believe it or not. As a protection. Some of them went away again. Others stuck by. Someone else has just realized a new alter, which makes 2 new alters. So, well, not 2 new alters, but 2 alters. And that actually happened when I was there, and it was kind of funny because some of the alters I teased. Like in a, you know you love me. And they just wander off like... And the only 2 times I have experienced was those 2 bad times that I mentioned that they were not pleasant to be around. But other than that, I have no negative input to say about the alters that I have met. Now, Victoria, can you let Dimitri out for me?
I mean, I can try to. If he's not being freaking lazy.
Or stubborn.
Or stubborn. Dimitri, it's your time to shine. You asked beforehand.
Oh.
Hey, Dimitri.
Hello, Toki.
See, you can see
Yeah.
the whole vocal went down a notch. That's the difference. You can hear
It
like
is fucking hot in here.
everybody, Dimitri,
There's
potato
Dimitri.
chips. Yes.
Also, I've noticed with alters too, the whole like what do you call it, like
Transition.
body language changes.
Oh yeah, it does. Don't you like the way you're sitting? Yeah, I kind of figured. Too girly.
Well, you
Yeah.
want to sit all pretty. To you
There's
too.
a low-key growl. So, Dimitri, is there anything you want to share to the viewers before we end this episode?
I mean, I could tell the story that Victoria was gonna say.
Yes.
Basically, there's a funny story about how Nyx came into play. Basically, one day we were on chat, and all of a sudden we feel this weird presence. And then all of a sudden, everything goes black. When we awaken, for some reason we're on the floor. We can't move a muscle. So I go, and I try and figure out what the fuck happened. And apparently, there was a new altar. And they did not know how to control themselves. They made the body go numb as fuck. And it was really, really weird.
Oh. Oof.
Yeah, for some reason, Nyx, we don't know if they have a weird connection to the nervous system or something, but before they knew how to control it, whenever they fronted or came out, whenever they left, the whole body would go numb and we'd be stuck on the floor.
Oh. For how long?
Yeah.
Like long at the time?
Usually after like 15 to 20 minutes, we'd be able to get up. I'm not sure if any of y'all experienced it before, but I know that some people in our group have.
That's kind of scary when an altar takes over and your body don't know how to function, or the altar don't know how to make your body move. Oof.
And all I know is that what people said to us was that they were very, very quiet. Like, really quiet.
Some refer to some altars as feral. Like they haven't developed a language yet. Or they're so
like
new
like Damien was.
I was gonna say that'd be Damien.
Yeah, when Damien first went, he just kind of growled.
Yes.
Just no words, just growled.
Yeah.
I didn't like Damien.
Yeah, I met Damien. But once you get to know Damien,
it's a long story. We are not
why.
talking about that though.
No. No.
Don't you dare.
But
the fuck was that noise? I heard a random squeak from the tail.
We'll quit farting.
Jesus Christ. Dimitri, do you have any questions to us that you would like to know?
Do y'all think my voice sounds funny?
No. Sounds very handsome and dashing. You shut up.
I wasn't even gonna say anything.
Bullshit. I know
I was
you
just clear my throat.
tease Dimitri.
I'm allowed to tease Dimitri.
I was just waiting for it.
I was gonna tell him not to say anything because I already know how he knows how I feel about it. And I can hear Julius back there
Okay.
wanting to say something. Shut the fuck up.
No,
Nobody cares.
no flirting, no ooh-woos, oh.
No, that's not what I was doing. No.
No.
Toki, you know better than that. No.
I know.
I will leave
am
this seat.
joking.
We already
I'm
have boyfriends. So
joking.
no.
Can I not joke? Am I not
How
allowed
about that?
to?
No.
I do apologize.
I don't think it's been long enough to be able to joke openly about it.
Yeah, you're probably right. I do apologize to all of you.
It's okay.
I've better say it like that.
He's okay. Because we did have a private talk about that without you, so you didn't know, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what's going on, so.
It's fine. It's fine.
Pretty kitty, just sit there, look pretty.
Pretty
There you
kitty.
go again. There
What?
you go again.
What? What did I do?
Okay. You didn't do
She is a
anything.
feisty panther.
Yes. Let's go with that.
I don't think Panthers
How
have white
dare
spots.
you? Don't you discriminate
actually
against
don't
Melanie?
Species.
She's more of like a
Species.
Sylvester kitty, but alright.
She's the speciest. She created
Okay,
a
I'm starting
species.
to.
No.
I'm starting to slightly
What?
lose control of the voice because now Mina's fucking laughing.
That's fair. If you want to let Mina back out, that's totally okay.
Suffer succotash.
Oh my Landa.
Ay, vey.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Eh.
So, before we end this episode,
Comment
any
succotash.
last... any last things we need to mention?
Quick tip. Like a little thing, like if you know people that have the idea of stuff. From my own experience and from people that I know, one big rule: if you know they have the idea, don't try and trigger out certain personalities because that can be very rude. Apparently.
No, I can understand. Like, if they try to provoke it out, that's
Yeah.
that's not okay. Because you never
like,
know
as
how an
I've-
altar started,
Yeah.
so you could cross a
Plus,
lot
I
of boundaries.
explained-
I could see that.
I've explained before once that like with Dimitri, if my body gets stabbed in VR, sometimes he'll like poke his head out, being like, "The fuck just happened?" And it's like if my
Yeah.
friends do it, it's like, okay, he knows not to go full on.
Yeah,
But it's like
he
if some
didn't wanna
random
say
person
full
does
on.
it, he's gonna come out bearing his fangs.
Yeah.
So like, like if you figure out a alto's triggers, don't abuse it, because then they'll lose all trust in you. As far as from my own experience, they will lose trust in you if you abuse the fact that you know what the triggers are.
Yes, definitely. Melanie, any last? No.
No.
Jade.
No.
Also, your altar has nothing to add.
You said the succotash was funny.
Well, I can agree with that. Anyway, we hope
He says
that
every
you...
show needs a pretty mascot, and it should be Melanie.
I feel like I
Christ.
feel like I need to say this.
Mhm.
I'm Carmen San Diego. Guess what I am?
God damn it! Shut the fuck up, fucking Dimitri! I swear to God. Fucking your stupid.
This can get
hell-
messy. There's a
hell
lot of
thing
personalities.
fucking
in
art
there.
My
bullshit.
thought hurts, Davey. That is my voice. It hurts.
Okay, before any more gets out, thank you guys so much for watching our show. We love to record it. We hope that you want to tune in every week to watch it. Thank you to our sponsor, Lone Paw Coffee. Go in and check them out on lonepawcoffee.com. They have a lot of wonderful flavors of coffee. Please support us on our Patreon. Check out our TikTok, our new Instagram, thanks to this bean over here. We also have Discord and a merch store. I mean, you can look very luscious if you go in there and buy our merch. Please do. Pick up.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I was hoping you would just ignore it and just keep going, and you did it. I was just
Nope.
like,
Nope. No. But anyway, the other host of the show is at the end
Helen.
next to me
Mina.
over here.
Jade.
Our missing little bean, Luna. And I am, as always, Tookie. And to all our potato chips out there, take care.
Oh
be
wait,
safe.
Toki.
Not a lot of love, apparently. What?
Wait, pause. Also, with the Instagram, if you guys have any fan art, send it to the Instagram and I will tag you in it. We want to see the fan art, guys. Please send it.
Yes. Ship us. I want to see who you ship
Yeah,
us with.
yeah. Do fanfics.
That
Post
could be
them on
funny.
there.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be dangerous.
Eh. If
There's
if
Peach.
we find some of them interesting, we can actually read them. Hi, Peaches.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys want us to
Let
read
me
your
try this
fanfics on
one
the
more
show?
time.
Let us
Do you have-
know.
Yes.
Okay, I'm done now.
Oh, okay. To all the potato chips out there, let's try this again. Take care. Be safe. Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.
Hey everyone, Toki here. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And support us on our Patreon. Everything will be in the link in the description below. To all the potato chips, take care. Be safe. Lots of love. Bye.